You woke up this morning inside a temperature-controlled shelter. You checked a glowing rectangle for threats. You ate food that someone else hunted, gathered, packaged, and delivered to a box outside your door. By every measurable standard, you are safe. And yet something inside you is still scanning. Your brain has not received the update. It is running software written 200,000 years ago on the edge of a savanna, where every shadow could mean death, and every stranger was a potential enemy. The body sitting in your chair right now is biologically identical to the one that survived ice ages, predators, and starvation. It did not evolve for the world you live in today. It evolved for a world that no longer exists. Your brain is made of layers. The deepest layer controls your heartbeat, your breathing, your fight-or-flight response. It has not changed in millions of years. On top of that sits the limbic system, your emotional engine, fast, automatic, and blind to what century you are living in. Only on the very outside sits the prefrontal cortex, the part that reads, reasons, and plans, the part you think of as you. And that part is almost always losing. In 1994, neuroscientist Antonio Damasio discovered that emotional signals produced deep in the brain's ancient structures guide your decisions before rational thought even begins. You do not think and then feel. You feel and then construct a reason for it. Your ancient brain has already made the call. The modern one just writes the press release. Think about the last time you felt anxious in a crowded room, or when a notification made your heart rate jump before you even read it, or when someone cut you off in traffic and rage flooded your body in an instant. That is not overreaction. That is your cave brain doing exactly what it was built to do. It just built for a different cave. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman spent decades mapping this divide. He described two systems in every human mind. System 1 is fast, emotional, ancient. System 2 is slow, deliberate, rational. System 1 runs almost all the time. System 2 requires energy you often do not have. The ancient mind is not an override you can switch off. It is the default setting. For most of human history, your ancestors lived in bands of roughly 50 to 150 people. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar calculated that human social cognition evolved to track relationships within groups of approximately 150 individuals. Beyond that, your brain struggles. This is why enormous companies feel cold. This is why massive online platforms make you feel lonelier. You are using a social brain designed for a village to navigate a world of billions. Inside that small ancestral group, belonging was not optional. It was survival. Being excluded meant death. Your nervous system processed rejection the same way it processed physical pain, because for 99% of your species' history, that was biologically accurate. Researcher Naomi Eisenberger at UCLA confirmed this directly. When participants were socially excluded in a digital game, the same brain regions fired as when they experienced physical pain. Your cave brain does not distinguish between the two. This is why criticism stings more than praise feels good. The ancestral calculus was asymmetric. One mistake could get you killed or exiled. One success was merely expected. Your brain evolved to weight threats at roughly 3 times the emotional magnitude of equivalent rewards. Psychologists call this negativity, bias. It was the correct setting. On a savanna, the person who forgot the lion but remembered the praise was the one who got eaten. You are still that person. Every time you catastrophize a small failure, you are running the Savannah algorithm on a spreadsheet error. Every time you replay a conversation looking for the moment you said the wrong thing, You are using threat analysis software originally designed to detect why the hunting party stopped trusting you. The ancient brain does not know you are competing for a job promotion. It thinks you are competing for food, safety, and the protection of the group. But none of this is destiny. Understanding why your brain behaves this way is the first step to operating it, rather than being operated by it. Your prefrontal cortex can observe the ancient brain in action and create distance from it, not suppress it. Simply name it. This is an old signal. It is running old code. The threat is not what it seems. You cannot rewire 200,000 years of evolutionary programming with willpower. But you can learn to pause between the ancient signal and the modern response. Researchers at Stanford Center on Stress and Health have found that this pause is where the quality of a human life is largely determined. Your ancestors survived everything, so you could be sitting exactly where you are, feeling exactly what you feel. The scan never fully stops. But now you know what it is scanning for. And that changes everything.